Thanks for watching Little Bighorn Treasure Hunting Sources 44. Continuing with Nicholas Black Elk, the grandfather who saved the Lakota language of Togia, passed it to his son Benjamin Black Elk, who in turn passed it to the language to Many Roads Wendell Grandgard. Who went through the purification vision quest ceremony and became blood brothers with Benjamin, with a promise to keep the Togia language and many of the ceremonies and customs of the Lakota people alive. Nicholas Black Elk had many visions, starting when he was 9 years old, and also when he was left stranded in Europe by Buffalo Bill and his Wild West show. When he was 13 at the Little Bighorn, he rode all over it, and he took 2 scalps. And it's talked about in many of the books that he's had written about him, as well as his interviews with John Nehart. After several years in Europe, Buffalo Bill returned and helped him return back to the United States. Seeing how destitute the people had become from the U.S. government's temporizing policy, he once again sought his God, the Great Mystery, Wakantanka. Nicholas began healing and helping the people, as well as working at the reservation to earn money to help support his family. He was 27 years old. The Oglala at Pine Ridge came to know him as Wakan Wiscombe, a holy man of great ability. Again, Nicholas had the similar vision he had had in his youth and in Europe, which happened at the same time as the ghost dance was spreading. He witnessed the carnage of the Wounded Knee Massacre, and the following day participated in the Drexel Mission fight, seeking revenge on the soldiers who slaughtered all the women and children the day before. Wearing the special ghost shirt he had made and painted with the symbols he had seen in his visions, he was fearless and thought indestructible. Riding at the soldiers, he stole 7 horses. The soldiers' bullets were hitting all around him, and 2 of the 7 horses that he stole were shot. Nicholas said when he joined the other warriors, he turned and became fearful. Just then a bullet cut across his stomach, cutting it open below the ghost dance shirt. And he thought it was his lack of faith that caused him to be, shot in the stomach. And here's the history given to Wendell by Benjamin Black Elk. And it's about the star guns of the Lakota. One day at Keystone, Benjamin Black Elk and I were discussing the star guns of the Lakota Sioux. He told me to record what he told me about his father, Nicholas Black Elk's beliefs. Ben said, in order to understand my father's beliefs and actions, you must first understand beliefs of the Lakota Sioux. The star provided a sacred order to the Lakota, and the Milky Way, a vast collection of stars to the Lakota, was called the Path of the Dead. The Lakota believed that what is in the stars is on the earth, and what is on the earth is in the stars. After giving me this background information, he told me now he could tell me about the events that started on December 29th, 1890 at the Wounded Knee Massacre. My father, Nicholas, believed he survived the Wounded Knee Massacre because of the powers of the vision about the Messiah, Wanikia, and he experienced at the beginning of the ghost dance. In his vision, Nicholas was told by the Messiah to make ghost dance shirts which would protect him. The next day, on December 30th, 1890, at the Drexel Mission fight, my father wanted revenge and in an unprotected moment was shot just under the ghost dance shirt, because he did not believe strongly enough and was severely wounded. A bullet cut across his stomach, which allowed his intestines to fall out. His uncle, whose name was Protector, wrapped my father's wound with a blanket along with Little Soldier. They took him to the stronghold. When they got Nicholas to the stronghold, old Hollowhorn, a powerful Bear Society medicine man, used some special herbs and healed my father in 3 days. While my father was healing, he thought of the first vision of the 6 grandfathers. See 6 grandfathers in the flaming rainbow tree. He remembered that the 6 grandfathers had told him, "Thus you have said, if an enemy I should meet, I should recall you." On January 4th, 1891, my father Nicholas could walk. The tribe at the stronghold butchered some cattle that day and had a feast. While they were eating, some scouts came and announced that the soldiers were forming. To everyone, that meant an attack was coming. Nicholas slept that night thinking about the news and the next day, which was a very clear day. He went to the highest point on the stronghold and called the people to come and gather with him. Nicholas prayed and sent voices to the spirits above. He said, "Yea, yea, yea, yea. Grandfathers, behold me and send me a power for revenge. This you have said to me. Thus you have set me in the center of the earth and have said that my people will be relative-like with the thunder beings. Today my people are in despair, so 6 grandfathers help me." As Nicholas prayed, a great cloud came in from the southwest with lightning and thunder. Everyone thought that the thunder beings had appeared at Nicholas's beckoning, and they proclaimed Nicholas Black Elk a great power and made him the leader of the Lakota stronghold. Nicholas told the people to bring their rifles to him, and he would bless them, and made them sacred by painting them with sacred white paint, which came from Wavoka and was to be used in the ghost dances. Nicholas took a spotted eagle feather, which represented the feather given to him by the 5th grandfather, dipped into the white sacred paint, and splashed it onto the weapons. While Nicholas blessed the weapons, the other Lakota medicine men at the stronghold gathered together to discuss if they could gain more power to fight the soldiers through Isiwakta and the Star people, such as the 6 grandfathers. One Christian Lakota medicine man suggested they include the angels and the Holy Trinity, the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. This idea was suggested to Nicholas, and he agreed. 14 special star guns were made so the spirits would come and fight with the Lakota. The last battle of revenge to destroy the whites. 1873 Springfield trapdoor carbines were selected from the cache of guns as the special guns. The owners of the selected guns willingly gave them because most every warrior at the stronghold carried repeating Winchesters. A group of 8 carbines were selected with the first number, the serial number 3, to represent the Holy Trinity and the angels, the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. A second group of 8 carbines was selected with the serial number beginning with the number 4 to represent the star persons. 6 of the 8 were given to the 6 grandfathers, and the 7th was for the thunder being, so it was painted black. The 8 star person carbine was adorned specially by Nicholas to represent the 7th person in his vision. The spokesman of the 6 grandfathers, he marked it with a special carved star. And the number 4 was sacred because they believed 4 directions, north, south, east, and west, 4 beings, Father Sky, Mother Earth, stars, cottonwood, spirit tree. 4 colors, red, black, white, yellow. 4 elements, air, earth, fire, water. 4 stones, black, red, yellow, white. 4 seasons, spring, summer, fall, winter. 4 animals, eagle, bear, wolf, buffalo. 4 hidden directions, in, out, up, down. 4 ceremonial plants, tobacco, sweetgrass, sage, cottonwood. 4 aspects of life, spiritual, emotional, physical, intellectual. 4 stages of life, birth, youth, adult, death. 4 spirit beings, flying earth, walkers, water, stone. The serial numbers of the angel guns were 34,134, 34,136, 36,461, 36,509, 36,516, 36,672, 37,956, 37,981. The serial numbers of the star person guns was 41,290, 41,427, 42,239, 42,458, 43,540, and 43,584. And painted for the thunder beings was 43,624 and 43,501. All 16 carbines were marked with a special 5-pointed star with the sacred circle of life, the sacred hoop of the Lakota. Wendell said, I personally have seen many examples of the white painted sacred weapons that Nicholas Black Elk painted at the stronghold. Benjamin and I determined that it was done on the 6th or 7th of January 1891. Most of the examples of these blessed guns have small dots of white paint on the barrels out in front by the front side. There were 756 lodges at the stronghold during this time. So with an average of 3 warriors to a lodge, there could have been around 2,250 weapons. Benjamin said there were over 3,000 weapons in the Lakota cache. Benjamin also told me all this information was told to John Nearhart, but he decided not to put it in his books. Now, here you see Benjamin's name put on and the star that's been carved. And if you come over here, this is in an earlier video. This is Little Soldier, and he's the one who helped Benjamin Black Elk up into the stronghold. And it says, during my evaluation of this 1860 Colt, I found the name Little Soldier written in Togia, along with the Akasita, the Indian police mark, and Yellow Bear's band mark. Little Soldier was born in 1846. As marked on the revolver, Little Soldier was also one of the band's Akasita members, policemen. Little Soldier fought in the Indian Wars and surrendered with Chief Yellow Bear in May 1877. Little Soldier and his family were sent to the Red Cloud Agency and later sent to the White Clay District in the Pine Ridge. And also, there's a movie that's out there, and it's called Thunderheart with Val Kilmer, and it touches on the spiritual and the ghost dance. It's really worth seeing. And then Red Cloud and Young Man Afraid of His Horse, he got that name because whenever the enemy Indians saw him coming, they ran because they knew his horse and they knew he was a tough warrior. But anyway, they came to the stronghold, and it was wintertime, and they convinced them that, hey, if you go and you fight the Wasichus, the white soldiers, the women and children are going to starve and they're going to freeze to death. So they took a vote, and Red Cloud guaranteed, and Young Man Afraid of His Horse, they guaranteed him that the government would not hurt him. So after that happened, the full effect of the government's temporizing policy truly had destroyed the freedoms of the Lakota Sioux and the Cheyenne. Well, thank you for listening, and these star weapons are, here's some in the book and in a magazine, and you can see some of the numbers, serial numbers of them. And this one here, though, is a different star. It's not this same star that you're seeing on these that Benjamin carved. So I don't know who would have carved that one. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. God bless.